If you are a real estate agent, I believe right now, the end of 2023 is one of the best opportunities that you've had to explode your business in the last 20 years. We are in this perfect storm, and most agents are completely misunderstanding it. They're thinking it's the end of the world, the end of the profession. They're going to go out of business. No one's going to get paid anymore. I'm telling you, there's about to be a gold rush in real estate. I'm going to share with you how you can be a part of it. What is up, guys? Welcome back to episode 309 of the Massive Agent Podcast. I am your host, Dustin Brohm, here in Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm freaking excited for this today. This is going to be a shorter episode, well, much shorter than the last one, since that one was pushing 2 hours, the masterclass on YouTube. If you haven't yet heard the masterclass on YouTube for real estate agents, go back to episode 308, the one just before this, and listen to that with Owen video. Incredible. But this one's much shorter. I need you to understand something. As a realtor, right now, there's a choice to be made. Okay. Now, please hear me out. Please listen to the full context of what I'm about to say. Reserve judgment until you have all of the context of why I'm about to say what I'm about to say. There are two camps of realtors right now. There are agents who are moving out, a lot of them don't even realize this, to be honest with you. But because of thoughts and actions or lack of actions, they are drifting towards the exit. You're drifting towards leaving real estate because you can't make it. Other agents are drifting towards the biggest year and years they've ever had in real estate. That's why in the beginning I said, I believe right now, the end of 2023 and what you do in the first month or two of 2024 will make or break possibly your entire life, your entire career in real estate for sure. Because most agents right now are fearful. And if you're in that camp, okay, this episode is definitely for you. Most agents are fearful because there's so much uncertainty around these class action lawsuits and all these copycat lawsuits that are coming out. Everyone's suing everybody, right? And so you read certain headlines or listen to certain people on social media, and it sounds like agents are going out of business, that real estate agents will no longer be getting paid, or especially buyer's agents, but buyer's agents will never get paid ever again, right? And interest rates, they're going to be high for the next 3.5 decades. Obviously not. We're stuck with these higher rates for longer. Yes, and that's hurt demand. But I'm going to explain to you why that's actually a good thing for those that can survive the next 6 months. Maybe even not that long, right? But there's this perfect storm of negativity and pessimism and doubt that I'm seeing with agents, and it's understandable. Now, however, it is not serving you. You need to smack yourself and snap the hell out of this. And I'm going to help you do that today, because you have two choices. You could keep drifting towards the exit and eventually fail and go work at a teller at a bank, or I don't know what the hell you're going to do. Or you can make a decision, and I'm going to go through there's 5 steps to this, 5 key ingredients to thriving like never before, in a way that's never before been possible in the last 20 years in this profession, right? Maybe since the internet first emerged for agents, right? When the MLS online first became a thing, and it's crazy. So you've got to have these five ingredients, right? These five steps. And it starts with a decision. What do you want? Do you want to quit? Do you want to fail? Do you want to just let your pessimism get the best of you, and eventually, out of necessity, you're going to leave? Is that what you want? Now, I'll be honest. A lot of you have been saying that there's too many agents, right? If only I had less competition. There's too many agents, and definitely there's way too many amateurish or part-time agents that are just doing a disservice to consumers, right? They're hurting the profession. They're hurting the reputation of the great ones. I agree. And you're tired of the newly licensed cousin who just took the listing that you battled for, right? I hear this all the time. Agents have been hoping for less competition. Well, that's literally what you have now, and what you're about to have. because there's a lot of agents that will not be renewing their license. They're not going to be doing their CE classes to renew their license. They're not going to be paying their dues the next time, and they're just going to fizzle out. And a lot of them already have. And some of you, if we're being honest, some of you are right there on the edge where you're trying to decide, can you actually make this a business? Can you actually succeed with this thing? Can you actually make a living in this thing called real estate? Well, that all starts with you. I can't tell you. If you're someone who's already made up your mind that you're done, if you've already made up your mind that it's too hard, it's too difficult, you've tried everything. I've heard this way too many times recently, unfortunately. You've tried everything. Really? Have you? No one who's ever said that they've tried everything has tried everything. It's just, you just haven't. So if you've already decided, I'm not going to tell you that you're going to be fine. I'm not going to tell you that, hey, you can turn this thing around, because you can't. If you've already decided that you're done and you're just a dead man walking, I can't save you, because I can't overcome that decision that you've made. Now, if you are thinking, damn it, I need to find a way to make this work. I need to take advantage of every opportunity. Tell me what to do. Tell me what, give me some hope. I can do that. But you have to decide right now that you are going to not only survive, but thrive. You're going to be a huge success story. You're going to look back at right now, 2023, when everyone's freaking out and a lot of agents are quitting, worried about whether or not buyer's agents are ever going to be paid a commission ever again, which is insane. It's an insane thought. What do you decide? What do you decide? So first, it starts with a decision. Are you going to thrive or are you going to fail? It really is as simple as that. Now, let's take it a step further, because it's as simple as that, but then there's more to it. Okay. This is why I said, listen to everything before you make up your mind about whether or not, there's anything in this episode for you. Because obviously you have to make a decision, and then you have to fricking do something about it. You have to start doing certain things consistently after the decision, but it starts with the decision. Because if you start moving forward, doing all the right things, but you in the back of your mind, you're like, this isn't going to work. This is too stressful. There's no way. There's no business. My pipeline's empty. The market is shit. Interest rates are going to be high forever. You're just wasting your time and your money and your efforts. So starts with a decision. Are you going to thrive or are you going to fail? Decide. Second, you've got to have some confidence. You need to build some confidence, and I'm going to explain how to do that. You're going to need to build confidence around that decision, around your ability to make good on that decision, on your ability to make good on the promise that you just made to yourself and to your family. That takes work. Some of you have more confidence than others. When I started in this industry, I had zero. So I had to build it. If you're in that boat, it's possible to build it. Go look at the Instagram reel that I posted a few days ago. It has almost 150,000 views. It's crazy. It's the very first video that I did 10 years ago, the first real estate video I ever did. And then fast forward to what my video looks like now, because I didn't quit. Okay. It's incredible how many people that don't even follow me that's reached, that have found that valuable, that message. So I'm telling you right now, we all start somewhere. And if you keep going and practicing and working on your craft, you will get more confident, you will get better, you will get more business. So decide, then you must build your confidence. Number two, you need to anticipate what consumers are going to ask you and expect of you right now today. There's a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of fake news. There's a lot of horse shit that consumers are believing right now. That I've heard that it's illegal for buyer's agents to charge a consumer for their services. So you may be confronted with that. Here's the thing. If you are unprepared for certain questions, for certain scenarios, then you're not going to perform well in that situation. You're not going to come across as confident, and you're certainly not going to you're not going to convince anyone that you're up for the job. So start thinking about, what are some of these misconceptions? What are some of these hurdles? What are some of the objections you're going to get from consumers? And here's the thing. Most of them are not new. You've always had to overcome objections. You've always had to, as a buyer's agent and a listing agent, but especially buyer's agent, explain how the process works, explain how commissions work, who pays it, all that stuff. if you hopefully you do a buyer broker agreement and explain that the client is responsible to pay you whatever it is you agree to on the buyer broker. And if the listing does not pay or compensate you that amount for your services, then the buyer must come out of pocket to pay it. And they can choose whether or not they want to go see a house that offers less commission or not. That's fully transparent and giving them all the choices. The ball is totally in their court. That's the way to do it. That's the path forward. We'll talk more about that. But anticipate the objections. You've always had to do this. Now there's just some additional objections. People thinking that you can't charge for your services, or people thinking that buyer's agents are no longer a thing, that they must work with the listing agent. So you're going to have to educate people on that. So anticipate objections. When you anticipate it in your mind, then it happens, you're prepared. And then because then it's not the first time you've been asked a question because you've thought it through. Then you have to practice. You anticipate what you're going to be asked, the objections you're going to have to overcome, and then you practice overcoming them. You figure out how you're going to respond in certain situations. When someone tells you that you need to cut your commission to 1% because so-and-so is doing it or whatever, if you don't charge 1%, if you charge more than that, how are you going to respond to that? How are you going to respond? Well, number 5 will help you with that. You have to get very clear. You need clarity about your value proposition. What do you offer to the buyer that is worth them paying you? What makes you hireable? You've always had to defend yourself. You've always had to defend your value. It's just become that much more important now because more consumers are going to be questioning it. So, number 1, make a decision. Number 2, build confidence. Number 3, anticipate objections. Number 4, practice overcoming the objections. And number 5, you need clarity. Build clarity in the eyes of the consumer. What do you offer them? If they hire you as a buyer's agent, what are they going to get? What are you going to do on their behalf? Remember, everything that you do for buyers, you take for granted as just, well, every agent does that. Maybe that's the case, but who gives a shit? It's still value, right? Helping your buyer to find a great local lender so that they can get pre-approved to get the financing they need, maybe with a loan program that they didn't know about prior. Is that not valuable? We'll explain that that's part of your service. That's part of what you offer, is helping them to find the best, most advantageous financing options to help them accomplish what they want to do. You will help place them and help find a great lender to do that. That's one. Maybe you negotiate for a home warranty, and a lot of you just check the box on the offer. Yep, seller pays for the home warranty, and then it's just kind of an afterthought. Do you realize what a big deal that is to the buyer? So you sure as shit better explain to them what you just did for them or what you were going to do for them once they get started working with you. All this stuff you take for granted, stop taking it for granted. These are big, valuable things that you do. Anything you do above and beyond this, lay it out on paper. Go over it with them. Create a Canva document that says, if you work with me, if you hire me, you get the elite buyer package, the elite VIP or the platinum VIP buyer package that includes you doing this for them and this and this and this and this and this. Just list all the stuff that you normally do. But when you package it in a way that they find valuable or that's easy for them to comprehend, wrap their head around, each time that they look at one of those things that you offer, they're going to think, yes, I want that. Yes, that's valuable. Yes, that's great. I would love for that to happen. But if you just say, I'll help you find a house, they don't understand all the other good shit. So why would they pay you? What makes you different than every other agent? Nothing. Unless you package your offerings, your services up in a way where it is unique in their eyes. Right now, I believe, is the best opportunity in the last 20 years to really take over. Because one thing is for damn sure, people are going to buy and sell real estate. No matter what, people will still buy and will still sell real estate. And 92% of them will use an agent. Look, it's always been possible for people to buy and sell on their own. 92+% choose not to. So that's pretty good. 9 out of 10 people are going to hire an agent. I don't see that changing, because they're going to there may be this little blip where people are like, oh, we don't need agents, or they're going to figure out pretty quick why we exist and why we have existed for many, many, many decades, and why we do what we do, and why it's done the way we do it. It doesn't mean that we don't have some changes that absolutely can and should happen in this industry. Of course we do. Of course, there are things that we can fix and improve to make the experience better for the consumer, to make things more transparent. But when you do that, those of you that stick around and really hone your craft, you're going to get paid more. Because as most agents, I don't know if 51% of agents are going to quit. I don't know. That's a ridiculous number. But let's say 30% of agents quit. Okay, that's still a large number. 33%. 1/3 of agents end up leaving. Well, your competition just got cut by 33%. If you are one of the great ones and you're able to clearly articulate your value to the buyer and to the seller, they're going to want to hire you. You're going to be getting paid more. I believe that after all the smoke settles, commissions will be going up, because we'll be left with the best of the best, the professionals. Are you going to be one of them? Are you going to be one of them? You survive 6 months, I think we're going to be in a completely different world. There's going to be so much more clarity. All the seasonality of the market, winter is going to be, we're going to be past that. We're going to be in the spring market. Hopefully interest rates have come down a little bit. Even if they're the same, we're going to get a lot more clarity. And the agents that quit over the next 6 months are not going to be there to compete against you for the listing. Now, are they? Commissions, I believe, will be going up. This is a big deal. But here's what you absolutely must have. You must be around people who think like this. You must be around other agents who are positive and optimistic and entrepreneurial and are not afraid, and they're not headline readers, and they're working, they're making moves, and you can tell that they're moving forward. And by being around them, you want to do the same. You are pulled up with them. You need to be around people like this. The question is, are you now? Are you connected with agents on a daily basis? Not just once a month at the meeting, not just once a week at the Monday meeting for your office. On a daily basis, do you have direct access and connection to mentors, coaches, a support system of other like-minded, kick-ass agents that are ahead of you in the journey that will help pull you along? Because if you're not, this is the biggest thing. This is the biggest headwind for you right now in your business. It is not interest rates. It is not these lawsuits. It is nothing but you are not in a position that is serving you. You're not in a seat that is cultivating your success. It's actually, you're in a position that is an anchor to all of your hopes and dreams and ambitions. So you have to put yourself in a different seat. You need to get around agents who will help you, who have already done the thing that you want to do, who are financially incentivized to help you do it. Now, this is not common in the real estate industry. Your broker is incentivized for you to sell houses. Of course, the more houses you sell, they get a piece of it, right? But do they want you to step out of sales and build a big team? Most of them, no, they don't want you to, because then the hamster wheel stops spinning. You're no longer valuable to your broker if you personally are not in sales anymore. So if you are trying to build a business, you need to be around people who have built those and who have a financial interest in you doing it. For example, when you build a giant team that doesn't require you personally selling houses anymore, but 100 or 200 or more homes are being sold, more than you ever did by yourself. More homes are being sold, but you're not doing them because you run the business. Is your team currently, or the people you're connected with, do they win financially when that happens? Because if you're with a team and you go out on your own to start another one, 99% of the time you're now competing with your original team. They don't want it to happen. They're not going to help you. They're not going to give you the blueprint. So you need to partner with agents on a daily basis that are where you want to be, have done the thing you want to do, and will give you the blueprint, because when they do, and when you're successful, they make money. That is a beautiful thing. That is what we have built with the Massive Agent team. We have built an accelerator for agents who are entrepreneurial, that want to build businesses. Even if you're not quite there yet, where you're like, hey, I want to run a business, you just want to triple your sales. We have an accelerator that holds you by the hand and shows you how to do it, exactly which lead sources to use, how to do this, how to do that, which drip campaigns, all of it. You just have to show up and say, hey, I'm in. So find, whether it's my team or something similar, you need to be in an environment where agents are kicking ass and they want to pull you along with them. It's such a turning point. It's such a turning point in our industry right now, because what I just described is possible. It exists. I'm not the only team. My business partners and I, we've built something incredible, but we're not the only ones. So you just need to find something like that. If you want to hear more about how my team structure works, about how the accelerator works for realtors, how we can work together, how you can become a business partner of mine, where I will literally plug you in and give you all of the systems, all of the resources, the blueprint, the know-how, the people that you need, all of it. If you want to learn how that works, I'm doing a free training, a free walkthrough, where I'm going to show you how all of this works, how our team is structured, and how you can be part of it. And by the way, spoiler alert, there's no extra commission split. This is not like a team where you go 50-50 split. My team doesn't take any commission from you at all. The brokerage takes their split. That's it. Nothing extra. Doesn't cost you anything extra to be part of my team. To learn more about that, go to partnerwithdustin.com. I'm going to be doing the free training on Wednesday. Let me get the date right here. Wednesday, November 29th. Partnerwithdustin.com. Totally free, totally anonymous. So don't worry about your team leader finding out. Like, I'm not going to publish the list of attendees. It's purely informational for you to find out what we do, how we do it, whether or not you need it, if it's a good fit for you, and if it can help you to thrive moving forward. For the right agents with the right mindset who are entrepreneurial and ambitious, I believe we have built the best system in the industry. And you would be doing yourself a big disservice to not at least explore what that looks like, to see if it's a good fit for you, and to see if we are a good fit for you. So partnerwithdustin.com, Wednesday, November 29th, doing the free training, walking you through how that works, to show you what we offer you if you're the right fit for us, and vice versa. So in the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message on Instagram at Massive Agent. If you're not following on Instagram, please do. Instagram is definitely my favorite platform. I'm putting most of my efforts into Instagram, and now moving forward, YouTube as well, because YouTube is just too damn powerful, especially after the few things I learned from Owen Video last episode. We'd be fools not to take advantage of that tool. But I hope that you got out of this what you need. If you are hopefully you're in the right environment to help you thrive, but ultimately it starts with the mindset. What do you decide? Are you going to overcome the headwinds, or are you going to let them push you out the door? It really is that simple. So decide, and then start figuring out, okay, how can you make moves towards that? I will help you, but you have to ask first. Be at the training, partnerwithdustin.com. In the meantime, if you want to talk, if you don't want to wait until then, if you just want to talk one-on-one, totally cool. In my Instagram bio, click on that, and there's a Partner with Dustin link. You can schedule a call personally, one-on-one with me, to talk about what we do as a team. I say team because we operate as a true team, but it's not the traditional sales team, like, with commission splits and all that. No, we basically just help you build whatever the hell you want to build, and do it 10 times faster than you could on your own. Simple as that. So thank you for listening. Please share this with anyone who needs to hear it. Make your decision. And I'm going to be talking over the next couple of weeks about game planning for 2024. I'm doing a retreat next week where I'm going to a hotel by myself and just planning 2024. And I'm going to share with you guys what I'm doing, exactly, what that looks like, what you guys can do to prepare and to really define action steps that you need moving forward, because I'm going to be doing it myself and I'm going to share with you that as well. Thank you for listening. Share this episode. Appreciate it. Partnerwithdustin.com. See you there, and I'll walk you through what we do and how we do it and see if it's a good fit for you. Take care.